All right, Lady Rough Riders, game 4 out here near Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's a little after 5 p.m. here. Girls had hopefully a good lunch. A couple hours off the ice. We'll be playing the Jacksonville Lunas. They will be in the black and purple. Lady Rough Riders in the white and green. Down to the final 10 seconds of this warm-up, and we'll get this game started. Girls sound amped up for this game. 15-minute periods. All right, looks like lines coming out. We have one player missing. We need another D here. All right, Maddie Bench is coming out with Harper O on D. We have Sammy here on this near wall. Jesse did that face-off. Luna's won that face-off. And we have Josie in that far wing. A little back and forth across the neutral. Luna's get it into our zone. Harper picks it up in the corner. Luna's push it up and out. Jesse picked up that. She's getting shoved and pushed down in the corner. Luna's take a shot, bounces off Olive's leg pad. Great stop by Luna. We have Sammy bringing it across the red, across the blue. She's in the zone. She's got 4 on her. She's trying to get a shot up, and she did a backhand shot as it goes high and over. I think it got ramped off the goalie's stick. So we'll have a face-off here at 14-18 in the first period. It's good first shift. We have Maddie Lemon coming out here for center, Harper and Andrea on D, Ori on the inside wall, and Axe on the outside or far. Ori doing a great back check as Harper and Ori pester the Luna player as she comes in on the side. She centers a beautiful pass, but Andrea was there to ruin any opportunities for that shoot. Outside wall, gets caught up on some skill. Tries to bring it by. Maddie Lemon gets it up and over, skate across the red line. She does across the ice pass to Ori. Ori's going to the far corner. Maddie picks up, takes a shot on goal right off the center of the leg pads. It was a close 5-hole shot. One of the Lunas, who looks like she's about 6 feet tall out there, skated into our zone as Harper O and Maddie help out Olive in front of the net. Andrea's looking for an opening. Luna picks it off. She centers it. Maddie was able to get a stick so it didn't make it over to the Luna player. The number 92 on Luna's team, her parents must be giants. All right, that same tall girl got a shot off that Olive was able to stop with leg pads. It's a good stop by Luna. We have Jason doing the face-off. Harper O, Maeve. Looks like we got Georgia out there with looks like Holly. We're back into the Luna's zone as Luna's just get it out over the blue line. It's over to Harper O as she's putting a one-on-one defense. She's able to swat it away. Good poke check. Shot toward goal. Luna's tried to tip it in, but it still went wide. Georgia up to, that was an offside, but that's all right. Harper kicks it up and out. Luna's pick it up into their zone. We're down to the 11:45 in this first as Maeve's putting pressure here right down below us. I'm sorry, that is Sammy. Sammy's taking it in, just doing some dangling. Gets poke checked a little bit, goes over into this near corner. She centers it to Josie. Josie and Jesse are out there trying to get, Josie just ripped a great shot and it bounced up off the leg pad or a stick and went high. We're still on it. Sammy and Josie are right near behind the goal. Sammy wins it out with the help of Josie. Josie's looking for a centering and it's in the net. Sammy to Josie, beautiful setup. That was almost like slow motion as Sammy made sure Josie saw it coming and Josie immediately got that goal in. That was a fantastic shot. Great setup. 10:59 goal, Josie. We win it. Apologies. We had to get some skates sharpened after the game, this last game. They got sharpened, and apparently the cut is wrong. All right, enough fan drama's done. We had a puck that went end to end as we were trying to get out of our zone. Offside call on Lady Rough Riders at 10:34. Hopefully the video is okay. I zoomed in a little bit more this time, so we might lose a couple of the further edges, or it might not be centered anymore, but you might actually be able to see who is actually on the ice on the video. Georgia and Ori and Ads were able to get it out across the red line, but the Luna defense was able to get it back into our zone, but there's only one, now two in the zone, with three on the two, so it was good odds for us. It's over to Harper O. She gets up to Ads and gets batted back into the corner. Harper wrapping around the outside. No Rough Riders there in time. Two Lunas. Ori tries to go across the ice outside to get a bank shot so it gets out of the zone. Back to Georgia, back behind. Georgia goes all the way across, patty cake method across the ice as it goes to Maddie to Ads into the zone. Luna's tried to whack it out, but it lost the edge. Now it's our turn to miss it. There's a lot of Luna players setting up, and that was a perfect setup by the Lunas as they get a goal on the Lady Rough Riders at 9:25. Not a goalie, but that would have been a tough one to stop. We have Andrea and Maddie Benish back on D. Grayson doing face-off. Holly on this near wall. And looks like it's Maeve out there on the far side. Maeve brings it out of our zone. She's right behind Grayson and Holly. We have a pretty blatant offside by Lady Rough Riders. All right, we're going to get a face-off right on that far side in front of the Luna's bench at 9:05. Grayson wins that face-off, but it gets past. Andrea loses her edge right down below us as the puck slips by as she was coming backwards. I may have mentioned the ice isn't great here. It's super high humidity, and basically snow and crystals start growing on the top of this ice. I know ice is crystals, but it gets very snowy very fast. And multiple of the girls had mentioned that the skates were getting stuck and squishing down into the ice in certain areas. A little back and forth from blue line to blue line across neutral. Andrea was able to get it across. It actually gets stuck on Lady Rough Riders as they're exiting the ice. It doesn't make it forward, but we got to reset. Maddie's bringing up the far side. She's backed up with Sammy. Maddie is all about getting it into that zone. We like seeing that. We have Josie and Jessie. Jessie filled in that position for Maddie. She knows those positions great. We have Georgia back here on D with Maddie. Luna's got it back into their zone. They are looking for a shot. Sammy saw that pass come in, gets picked off. Josie picks up the trash. Josie's down in front. She is going for a shot over to Sammy. Oh, and it is a goal. This time, last goal was Sammy to Josie. This time, Josie to Sammy. That is goal number 2 at 7:33. Fantastic setup between those two times in a row. Let's keep it up. Georgia and Harper O back here on D. Jessie on faceoff. She wins that, gets over to Sammy. Sammy battles for it. She makes sure it gets across that red line. Gets a little out in front of her, but there was a D to D pass Josie knew was happening. She was able to get over to it, forcing them to smack at the puck right in front of the bench and up and out into one of the spectators. Luna girls on the bench. Face off by Maddie this time. It's a little bit back and forth. Luna's forcing it down in here. We have the one unique Luna player out here. Looks like she forgot her jersey and it taped on number 98. Ori able to get it up and out even though she got hit in the wall. Ad's putting on excellent pressure as she chased the girl into the puck. Ori buries it deep before skating off the ice to the bench. Maeve is in. And a few other players. One moment. Andrea and Maddie on D. Shot toward the Rough Riders bench. It goes extremely high, almost out of the rink. Maddie gets up on the outer wall. The D player was able to get it in. Ads picks it up, gets it out, gets back in again. Maddie, Maeve, and Andrea are working on getting it up. Andrea skated it back. She gets it up to Ads. Ad tries to relay out, but it gets off her stick, and one of the Luna players is able to get it down to this near corner. That Luna player had a long time to get a shot off. Second shot toward goal. Shot on goal and I don't know if popped up off the leg pad into the jersey and dropped on the inside of the leg pad, and Olive did the perfect thing. She froze. Did not move. No goal, Lunas. We have a face-off. Jesse's on it. We have Harper O. Josie. Sammy coming out here trying to get it up and out. Gets back to Harper O. Harper O gets it a bit forward up to the red line. Now we have Josie to Sammy as Sammy brings into the zone. She got picked just a little over the blue line. Jessie gets it. She went face mask to face mask. Luna shot it all the way back, and Olive had to cover it up. She was able to swipe it over to Harper O, and now it's loose again after a few more touches from different teammates. All right, Georgia got it over the blue line. Josie and Sammy are giving chase as Luna's trying to make it back into her zone. They make it back in. Josie's reach is there. She is out in front. She's one-on-one on that goalie, and in the goal. Goal number 3 at 4:31. I think it was Sammy again to Josie. We'll just keep up this back and forth. It looks like it's Georgia to Josie, but the scorekeepers/refs are not giving assist credit for the majority of the games from what we can tell. All right, we have Ori breaking out fast. Maddie won that face-off. Ori picked it up. Ads is given some good pressure. They got a fast skater up to the taped on, and we have a tripping call as a back check turned into a tripping call. Looks like Ori's in the box. We are on a penalty kill for 90 seconds. Jesse coming out on point. We have Maddie Lemon out there. Andrea and Maddie Benish. I'm not sure how that wasn't a call, but Jesse just got slammed into the wall. She's up, it looks okay. Another tumble over in that far corner. Lots of Rough Riders, and they're all back on their skates now. Lunas get a tipping shot after Maddie Lemon was able to interrupt the shot. Puck lost most of its power, and Olive was able to cover it up. That's right. So I was just getting an update on Harper S's skates. They got it reground to a different grind. Harper S is back on the ice, and she is using those sharpened skates. She is alone up in the top. Over to Sammy. Sammy gets a shot. Harper to Sammy. That's a good way to come back on the ice with sharpened skates. That is goal number 4 at 3:26. Number 2 for Sammy. Sammy and Josie are both looking at hat tricks on either of their next goals. We have to come back here. We're visiting the same place for lunch. All right, good face-off from Josie. Josie up to Sammy and over. Another goal. That is a hat trick. And a shorthand. That is a hat trick, Sammy. Corey, the good coach, had the opportunity to throw his hat out there, and he tossed it. All right, we have Harper and Harper on D. Harper S on this near, Harper O in the far. Lunas win that face-off. Shot on goal. Olive gives it up to Harper. Harper up to Sammy. Shot on goal from the blue line on Lunas. This time she smothered it. We have Josie and Sammy out there. Looks like they're going back for a quick rest before they. I am guessing they're going to likely set up Josie as soon as possible for her hat trick at this game. We have Maeve doing the face-off. Good win by Maeve. Comes into the inside wall. We're short a player still as we're on a penalty kill for another 12 seconds still. Holly and Maeve working on getting it in. Holly tries to get a shot off, but Lunas are all over her. Maeve resetting at the red line. She tries to get it in deep, but one of the players was able to get a stick on it and it bats up high. Lunas are working real hard to take advantage of this penalty or the power play, and it's over. Icing call against Lady Rough Riders at 2:25. After a few rough start at this tournament, girls are coming out to win. We have Grayson doing the face-off. I see Georgia, Andrea, and Holly. Luna's get a chipping shot into our zone. Georgia, thankfully they didn't call a shot on her since she's stable on her feet, and the Luna player was not. And again, no call against Grayson that time. Lunas are just, I don't know if they're just soft ice. No call against this time on Polly as the girls, 3 of them have gone down. Andrea gets a shot and she dives across the ice, gets back fast across the blue line to help out. Georgia picks up a puck as the Lunas try and go deep. Georgia to Maeve, up to Grayson, just gets turned over. Georgia picking up that puck again back in our zone. Oh, that was quite a body check that they just put on Georgia. She popped right back up though. She's taken across the blue, across the red. She buries it deep across the blue. It wraps around this inside, from outside to inside wall. Harper S., Ori, and Maddie Benish on the ice now with Jesse and Ads. Ori tries to send it across, but there's just too much traffic. Harper holds the blue line. She gets up to Ads. Ads trying to get an edge off the post from Ori. She thought it was in. A bit of an early celebration, but that's all right. It sounded great. That is an icing call against the Lunas as they change out players. Ref knocking the snow off the puck. Looks like a fresh snowfall down here on the ice. 36.1 seconds left in this first period. Lady Rough Riders 5, Lunas 1. Good face-off win by Jesse, as we expect. Adds to Maddie Benish, to Harper. Shot on goal from Ori, sounded fantastic, hit the goalie's stick. Down to 20 seconds. Lunas are deciding to stop passing since we are ruining any of that. Harper got away with a bit of a wall grind against one of the Lunas and she went down, but not before the puck got away. That is it for the first period. It seems like any contact between the Lunas and the Rough Riders and the Lunas go down. If you hear any panting on the video, it's me dying. The heater directly above the video is on full blast. Ice rinks are supposed to be at least cooler, and this is about 95 degrees right now. Win by Jessie at that face-off. Sammy on the far side, she gets a puck over to Sammy, gets caught up in her skates as she's drifting in, and the goalie was able to pull it out between her legs and cover it up. Face-off Jessie. Josie's in this near wall. Maddie on this near D. Harper in the far D. She tries to get a shot off as it gets back to her from that Jessie win. We have a no icing call and a body check from one of the players on Josie. She popped back up. Josie is able to stop it getting out once. The taped on predator out here of Luna's, she got it all the way down between all of us. She is quite the skater. We got a Maddie to Sammy. Sammy brings it in. She gets over to Josie, and Josie's, just goes a little wide for Josie. She gets it back to Maddie Benish. Maddie Benish brings it back into that corner, slows down in all that snow. Let me turn the camera, sorry. We have Grayson out there helping. Oh, Harper's picking up the trash. She just skated hard and ripped off a shot into the goalie. Goalie held the ground and was able to hold the puck. We need to keep up this aggression as we want to keep this lead as far as possible. We have Maeve, Grayson doing face-off. Holly's out there screaming in the far wall. Backed up with D, who's Georgia on this near, and Harper O. I think Collie just got whacked either by a stick or a puck right in the side of the leg. She looked in distress there for a moment. We got Grayson dangling. She got Pat over the red line, but not before getting a poke check from one of Luna's. Georgia going down into the corner, probably caught up in the snow banks. Collie tries to do a backhand. It gets bounced off a Luna's skate and back in. Georgia trying to get along this wall and relaying it up. Maeve and Grayson were helping it out. This time Georgia put it in the other far wall over to Harper. Harper up. Puck's got a little bit of heat, but thanks to all that snow, it's slowing down to no icing. Maeve is giving good pressure, forcing the Luna to skate far out, but she takes it coast to coast, all the way down. Too much pressure from Rough Riders. She couldn't get a shot off. Back to one of their D, she decides to not take a shot and wraps it around the wall. Shot on goal by number 98. That white duct tape is working on her practice jersey. We're down to 11:59 in the second period. Rough Riders still lead 5-1. Looks like we have Maddie Lemon out there on that face-off. Adds in that far wall. Ori, and then for D we have Maddie Benish and Andrea. Andrea putting pressure on as the Lunas get back into our zone. It's over in that corner, some back and forth. Maddie puts it along the wall, but Luna had a stick on it. Maddie's back to getting some pressure on it. She gets a stick on one of the Predators, keeps a centering pass from happening. Ori picked it up, and she is putting on speed on the outside. She is back and forth, backed up with ads. She gets picked just a little past the red line. We have Ori and Maddie pinning one of the Lunas over in the corner. She's getting some backup now. That Luna was able to get the puck out over to number 3. Andrea did her job like a champ and was stopped that shot from happening. We're down to 10:50 on the clock as we are working on getting it out and past this current line of the Lunas. It's like the Lunas are losing some gas out here. They're not moving quite as well. And here's the telltale sign as the puck makes it all the way across the ice. No icing call. Those refs are getting a Christmas card. All right. Gets all the way back to duct tape 98. She does the centering pass. It's too hot. It goes wide. Solid block by Harper S. as she just took a body shot from one of the Lunas that tried to take a shot off. Josie is in the zone. She is looking for that hat trick. Side shot almost from the red line. It was just bad angle. Harper sweeps in on the other side, tries to get a shot off. It banks out. That duct tape 98 was able to pass over. She wasn't able to maintain possession. Harper and Josie. Harper setting up Josie for that. So she passes back to Sammy. Sammy, and it just goes high and to the right. Harper's picking up the trash as there is a whistle. That goalie did an amazing job with Sammy, Josie, and Harper just trying to dig that puck out as she was trying to get a hold of it. Laying down on it worked. We have a face-off. Jesse is on point at 9:30 in this second period. Gets back to Harper. Harper wraps it around the wall. Sammy's over there battling in the inside corner. Josie picks it up. She centers it over to Jesse, but Luna got a stick on it. Harper tries to keep it in. Luna's just got too much momentum. Harper, saves the day. Keeps it out of our zone. Sammy comes flying into Luna's bench side against player on the ice with her elbow up, which was great. Harper tries to get a backhanded shot in. She gets shoved, and looks like some words between Harper. The refs, I think, were on to Sammy with her elbow up, and she is now going into the box. We are now on a penalty kill at 8:49 in the second period. Miss 98 duct tape is down there on the point. Josie wins against her on that face-off. Puck goes almost to the ceiling as it bats off a couple more sticks. Josie is coming in hot on the blue. She almost gets caught up in the legs as the player falls behind her. They're able to get it out and across. Ori gets it banked in. Josie was able to get on 98, but she was able to drive it in. Every hero team has to have a nemesis, and that's duct tape 98 here. All right, we were able to get it out, but one of the D Lunas were able to get it back in. As a little bit more back and forth here between the blue and the red on Rough Riders. Ori's pushing it. Josie was able to help out. Josie's on that far side. That's a beautiful round the world pass to Ori, but Luna was on it before she could get a shot off. We have Georgia and Andrea out here on D. I'm starting to wonder if Georgia has a skate problem also. She has been falling down, but it could be just a slushy, snowy ice. We got a face-off going. It looks like Maeve was down there. Maddie keeps it in the zone. A little back and forth across in front of our bench. Holly forcing it into our zone. It gets on the blue line. Turnover there. Harper shovels it over into this near wall. Luna's pick it up. Maeve was in the way, making sure there was no clean shots. Shot on goal. Successful from the Lunas at 7-12. She was skating one way and she did a backhanded shot successfully and it went up into the opposite corner. Looks like we have Harper S doing a face-off on center here. We are no longer on a penalty kill. Holly on this near wall. Harper O on the back. Maddie Banish. And it looks like we have Maeve on the other far side. Shot on goal, real close. Olive saw it and she was right there and kept it from going in. Rough Riders are working on trying to get control and possession of that puck long enough so we can get a good pass off. Maddie's battling out in that corner. She gets it up to Holly. There's a turnover with two Lunas. Harper skated in from back with a poke check and stops goal from happening. Oh my. There's some back and forth there right at the crease. It sounded like 3 or 4 impacts on pads, and Lunas were able to get it up and in. That is goal number 3 in about a minute from the Luna team. We still lead 5-3. Face-off happened. Got back into our zone. Andrea's getting a cross-ice pass, but there's a Luna there to pick it up. Amazing shot by the Lunas, straight down the center. Hit Olive in the chest and hit the ceiling. It had some velocity on it. Harper S is in on D now. Andrea is out. Shot toward goal from one of the defensemen. Gets over to Georgia. Georgia gives a great pass to Maddie. Gets off, to Maddie Lemon. Bounced off her stick. Lunas picked it up. Ori picked up the sort of pass shot back toward our goalie. There's a bit of a ricochet as in that same defenseman that took the last shot. Ricocheted off a few players, got to Olive. She was able to cover it up. We're down to 5:43 as we change out the front line, it looks like. We have Georgia and Harper on D, Josie, Sammy, and Jesse on D. Harper got tangled up with one of the Lunas. She was laying on Harper's stick, so she had to wait a minute to get back on. That is an offside call. And the tangle up actually took off the strap off of Harper S's helmet. Looks like that strap might be hanging down. All right, the puck is out. Harper's picking up. She took advantage of the opening. She's looking for a shot. Shot on goal. It hits the goalie. There's a rebound. Sammy got a shot up. It was loose, and Josie and Harper all flew in to help. There's some screaming between the girls on the ice. Good face-off. Jesse caught it out of the air as it dropped. It gets out. Georgia just got shouldered right down below us. Gets into the zone temporarily. Georgia gets it in across just as Josie gets out of the zone, so no offsides. Sammy putting pressure down. Harper keeps it in on that far side. Shot on goal from Sammy. goalie is doing fantastic, even though we've gotten 5 in on her. She has taken numerous, probably uncountable amount of rebound shots. We're down to 4:40 in the second period. Rough Riders still lead 5-3. Face-off win by Grayson. It gets back to Harper O. Harper O tried to get a shot off, but Luna's got a stick on it. Grayson loses her edge. She goes down as she's trying to get control. Andrea did a fantastic red line save, but we were just slightly offside. I think we had players coming on the ice over the blue line. The dangers of the second period. We have Maddie versus number 98 out there. Luna's won that faceoff. They are in hot. Ori's putting on tons of pressure. There's a rebound. Luna's were looking for it. 98 over to number 4. It goes wide again. I think the Lunas are trying to get some sympathy falls at this point, as there's a minor bump from Ori and she fell down and just stayed there. All right, 98 tried to do a centering, beautiful pass, but her team wasn't there. Puck went all the way down, came up short of an icing. Ori gave chase. Harper stopped it at the red line. They tried to get their own icing. Andrea gets it in deep, right at the edge of the red line. No call. Major shove from Luna's on Ori as they come into this corner. I think the girls are figuring out the refs aren't calling anything. Maddie saves the red line as she buries it in deep. Ori's giving pressure. Harper S was out there now. It gets past her as the puck's going hot. Maddie gets at the blue line. It gets past her. And Duct Tape 98 puts goal number 4 on the Lady Rough Riders as their team tackles her. That brings the score 5-4. That is too many goals in one period. We have Josie on the near wall, Sammy on the far, Jessie at point, Harper S on D, Harper O on D. Josie is working hard. She wins it out as the puck goes back into her zone. She gets it out across the red line. Josie catches a pass. She was right there at the right time. She's going in for that hat trick. Side shot right into the goalies waiting. Oh, the puck is down. Oh, come on. Puck dropped down to the ice, I'm guessing prematurely, and the ref then blew the whistle. Harper S off, Georgia on. Same front line. Good win by Jessie as she gets shouldered into. Luna's wrapping around the back. Georgia saves that blue line. Sammy's looking for something there. She tries to get a wraparound, gets up to Josie. Puck is loose. It gets out past them. Near wall. Jessie grinds her into the wall, loses her edge. Good pass from Georgia up to Jessie, but she wasn't up quite yet. Jessie, Sammy, Josie up there, putting pressure against all 5 of Luna's. There's only 3 of them, but it looks like they're outnumbering them as Sammy is going to the box for checking the girl into the corner. We are shorthanded. Our nemesis, Duct Tape 98, is out there taking center. She is up against Maddie Lemon on point. Andrea and Harper S on D with Ori. Maddie gets over to Harper. Harper is already across the red line, across the blue line. She's dangling, and she is setting up for a shot. And their goalie was amazing right there as she swept her left to her right as Harper tried to get a goal in. Great shot and great stop by that goalie. Maddie wins that face-off using her shoulder. Luna had the puck, but she worked it away. Andrea saves this blue line. There's a wraparound from Luna with Andrea and Ori. Andrea's looking at cross pass, but there's no Rough Rider there. It gets to Luna. Luna gets it out to 98. 98 is taken into our zone. Harper does a little bit of a shove into the wall. No call. We don't want to have a 3-on-5 here. Andrea and Maddie are down there. Ooh, great centering pass by the Lunas. Gets over to 98. Ori's putting fantastic pressure, almost holding her. And 98 is getting angry as she shoves Ori. Harper's taken across the ice. Harper got away from Harper, but she's able to recover. Shot on goal. Makes it to one of the defensemen who is now taken out of the zone. Ori's faster. She is on her. Gets a poke, side poke check. Georgia's got it. Sammy's out of the bench. That was a great penalty kill team. Sammy keeps it in. Ori gets a shot, even though that puck sure looked like it was offside, but we'll take it. Lunas get a hold of it. They take it across over to 98. 98 and Harper are lining up. Shot on goal by 98 as the buzzer rings out. Good job between the goalies. Olive and the Luna's goalie there did fantastic. So coming into the final 15 minutes of this game, we only lead by 1 now. But the girls seem riled up and looks like they think they can get away with a lot on both sides. So might be a shovey pushy penalty calling period.
Which one's the left and the other one's the right? This guy here. Yeah. He's just out there because he gets hurt.
Some fun chanting from the Jacksonville Luna's parents. Here we go, the final 15 minutes. We will have, at this point, 1 game sometime tomorrow. I'm not positive on the time. We have not enough skaters. Here we go. We have Maeve on the near, Maddie on that face-off, Ads on the bar, Harper and Georgia. I don't know what happened there, but we started skating the puck the wrong way as we came out of the zone. All right, Harper's taking it back into the zone and turnover. Shot on goal, hits the goalie. There's trash. Oh, Ads was right there just shoveling at that puck. Lunas get a turnover there on that top of that far circle. We've got one trying to dangle it past Harper. She did awesome. That was quite a move, but she lost the puck. Ads and Maeve are giving chase out of the red line. Maeve gets tied up with her stick and held onto it, but it almost looked like holding. Lunas are resetting. They're in the zone. Shot on goal. It goes high and to the right. Georgia tries to skate it out, but gets shouldered. Maddie now gets shouldered in. Harper saves the front of the crease, gets it up and over, but it gets to a Luna. All right, another poke check from Harper over to Georgia. Georgia got a good bank shot as the puck slows down as Luna sole defender back here. Oh, there's a turnover. Oh, Maeve got a part of a poke check. She got it into the zone and she had to pick back up her stick. We got some fresh skaters on the ice. Harper just in time. And Andrea does this crazy backhanded poke check. Jessie sweeps in, but she takes out two. Shot on goal. And Olive saves it. That was a great stop from Olive there. We'll have a face-off here on the near circle in the Rough Riders zone. We have Jessie, Sammy, Harper, Josie, and Andrea. Good D. That was beautiful setup between Jessie and Sammy bracketing the one player up front, giving almost no opportunities. Good pass up by Harper. Up to Josie. Josie to Sammy. Sammy's taking it down the center. She's got 1-2 on the back of her. Tries to get a shot off, but there's a poke check. Lunas get it passed up from 98. Gets loose from the other player. Andrea saves our zone. Gets it over to the blue. Andrea does it again twice. Gets it over to Sammy. And it's out again. Andrea again, but this time we were offsides. When players, the ref, I'm going to mention this, the ref just stopped over near the wall and it looked like a snowboarder carving powder as he had a wave coming from his skate. There's so much snow in the walls. Georgia to Harper at the red line after that face-off. Harper gets it over to Ori. Ori buries it deep, but there's a waiting Luna. They're able to get it back out. Georgia's picking it up as she is skating out there in front of Olive. She goes to that far side. 98's hot on her, forces her to pass forward. Turnover at the blue line. They tried to get it back up to 98. Harper S was there. Harper S is going down the center. Shot toward goal. It goes high. Their goalie went down, though, so that's a good sign. Colley centers it. Harper tries to reach in there. 98's got speed against Georgia. Two are helping her. Shot on goal. And that puck is stuck back behind the post. It had so much energy. And the Lunas tackle their star player again. That ties up the game in this final 11 minutes and 41 seconds. Jessie's on point, Sammy's on the near, Josie's on the bar, Andrea and Maddie vanished. Good win by Jessie, but it got loose out front. Lunas take it immediately in. Sammy and Andrea sandwiched one of the players. Puck snagged, it came in sideways, actually snagged into the jersey on Olive and got wrapped up. Thankfully, it did not roll back or fall back in before the whistle. Jessie on this face-off near circle. Lunas are right there trying to get a backhanded shot in. Olive saw it all day long. She was able to smother it out. Another face-off. Oh, they're messing with me. Now they're going to the far circle. Josie was able to sweep in there and get the stagnant puck between Josie to Sammy. Sammy's going down the center. She got turnover right about 10 feet past the blue line. Lunas rushed it out of their zone. Andrea, whoa, that was a shoulder to the face on Andrea as the ref, I don't know if he just shrugged or didn't care. That was pretty bad. Luna's take it all the way from end to end, gets caught up with Maddie Lemon and Josie. Far wall, Maddie tried to wrap it around the wall. She gets shoved off her skate. She actually side kicked it. Some karate moves going there. Maddie in there tangling with a couple Ludas. All right, we've got Lemon to Josie as Josie comes across the red, across the blue. Shot went sideways, went a little bit wide. Harper and Sammy saved that blue line. Harper's setting up another shot directly into the chest pad. We're down to 9:54 in this tied game. Puck drop in the Luna zone. Harper and Harper on D. Ref didn't even wait for our fifth player to get on the ice. All right, now we have 5 players on the ice. 98 and Maddie doing the face-off. Maddie won that face-off. Luna swooped in there and skated across the point to get the puck. There's a turnover as Luna loses her stick. 98 snatches the puck as Harper skates out on the outside wall. She messes with Maeve as she goes across the ice. Maeve and Harper and Ads coming in. Beautiful side shot by Maeve. That is goal number 6. Maeve stayed nice, cool, and collected and put it in there like a pro. Fantastic shot. Looks like we're getting another front lineup. Harper and Harper on the back. Sammy, Jessie on that faceoff. She wins it, gets over to Josie. Josie's already on the races, getting out. Lunas have got this playbook on us now since we did it twice in a row. Harper kept it from going over the red line. She takes a shot. Shot on goal, went right into the chest pad of the goalie. We're down to 9-10. Rough Riders lead now 6-5. Face off Josie on the near wall, Josie on the far, Andrea and Maddie, Georgia on D. Puck gets back, Andrea saves that the red line, gets it up to Sammy. Sammy relays it across. Puck makes it out past the blue. Jessie comes back to help Andrea. A little back and forth on this neutral zone. Andrea gets a good reach on it. Puck is loose with a shot and a Luna sliding into the wall. They tried to do another centering pass. Jessie was there. Josie got it, but it got popped off her stick and Luna's picked up. All right, some more centering passes. We had all the Rough Riders there. Sammy to Josie. Sammy and Josie have just got it. Shot on goal, but it goes wide. That would have been the hat trick for Josie. We need it. Georgia picks it up at the red line on a bad pass, gets turned over again. There's some flying sticks as we finally got a ref calling a call as I'm pretty sure she double stuffed Andrea into the wall. Not once, but when she bounced off, she pushed her again. Ref could not deny that one. We're finally on a power play here. We have Harper S. Ori, Jesse on point, Josie and Sammy out on front. Gets over to Ori. Ori tries to take a shot, but went right into number 98. Now Ori and Harper are chasing 98. What a stop. That should be a replay right there. Harper and Ori on both sides of duct tape 98. And Olive was right there to make sure it didn't go in. Ori was doing some fantastic poke checking there. Good win by Jesse. Gets over to Josie. Josie banks it off the wall. Gets too far out in front as Luna's pick it up. They bank it out. We've got Jesse doing a nice move there, slightly bumping the player out of the way. That girl is only twice the height of Jesse. Jesse doing a nice move. Luna just lost an edge. She's dangling. She passes, comes over to the near, and then passes back to Josie. Shot on goal by Josie. Luna's rush in to protect their goalie as the puck is still loose. We have 42 seconds more on this power play. 7:11 on the clock. Looks like Jesse is out off point. It looks like it's Maeve, Colley, Grayson out there on that front line. Gets back to Harper, gets a little passing over a stick. Harper to Harper. Luna's were right there trying to get it. Gets up to Maeve. Maeve takes it in. Solo on the far side. Oh, shot toward goal, but Ender got it. We've got an offside call on the Rough Riders. As Maddie was still recovering from impact down at the inside circle. Superstar player, Duct Tape 98's out here, going to be facing off with Maddie. Puck gets back to Maddie Benish. 98's coming in. Shot on goal. The puck is loose, but they blew the whistle. Thank you, ref. We have Maddie Benish and Andrea back here on D. Clock is still running. We have family of the Lunas down at the far end screaming, clock, clock, clock. Refs took notice and they're going back to, I'm guessing, add 10 seconds, 9 seconds. Clock's down at 6:28 right now. I guess they're not going to fix it. They're just not going to start the clock for 10 seconds. I don't know. They just didn't start the clock. Now they started the clock. Luna's trying to get a shot off number 98. Defenseman tries to get a shot off. Number 98 is doing some dangling. Shot toward goal. Olive came out and got a blocker on it. Puck is still in possession, back and forth. All right, now we've got it. Ori's got speed as she comes out of our zone. That slap from 98 putting side pressure on her was able to get the puck out. Jesse comes in at the blue line to save it. Still saved, and what is that? Double arm elbow into Jesse. Hopefully she's okay. That was ridiculous that refs are not calling anything. We're down to 5:44. I think some parental filters are going to start coming off and start screaming at refs at this point. Coach Corey and Coach Julia are out there getting Jesse up. All right, she's skating off herself. I think that was her face mask getting shoved into her face. look like whiplash. And no call, no penalty. We're having a face-off right at the blue line. Drop. Luna's rushed the line. We've got one player skating it in. She doesn't have the speed. Harper was able to get tangled up with her, and she wasn't able to get a shot off. Harper just cleaned the girl off her skates right in front of the refs. The refs are not calling anything. Nothing good comes of zero authority. Josie's all the way down into our zone. She's looking for a shot. Goalie put up two hands up and is up. Sammy picked up the trash behind, trying to get it in. We have Harper and Harper on D. Sammy and Josie. And ads out there in the far wing. Puck gets past our blue line. We've got that same player. Harper comes in good. No call against Harper O as she tripped the girl. This is not great. Josie and Sammy are working on getting another goal. We're down to 4:40 on the clock. Luna's pick up the puck behind their net. Lots of dangling by this player going coast to coast. Josie came in for a side poke check, did great. Gets it to Sammy. Sammy's running up with Harper as Sammy buries it deep. Hits the back of the net as it bounces off the wall. Luna's wrapped it back around. Sammy picks it up. She's looking for a shot. Gets it up to Maeve. Maeve gets a shot off from the center point right into the Lunas. It actually made it past the leg pads as she sat down on it. 4:08 left. We have a timeout. Not making calls on blatant penalties is not a good thing.
Well, when you get down to this point in the game, too, it really gets kind of crazy.
I'm guessing the refs are thinking it's beer 30 and they're ready to get off the ice. There we go. That was a pretty short timeout. That whistle does work. I know the refs have a thankless job, but when they don't, whether it's our team or any team, make penalty calls for what could end up being dangerous hits. All right, we got the Rough Riders coming out here just over the blue line, getting amped up. We have Andrea, Maddie, Maeve, and I can't see the other two players talking about how awesome it's going to be when they win this game. Georgia and Ori. Here we go, 4:08 on the third period. Apparently this is the Thunderdome ice in Brighton, Michigan. Reference for how old I am. Good face-off win by number 91, Lemon. Gets back to Andrea. Andrea buries it across the far side. Maeve is trying to get over here on this inside wall. It just gets past. Oh, total tie-up. Maybe the ref will call something after that shove as it took down Maddie and Ori into the ref. Maeve's down here battling out on one. Gets past the red line. Number 98, duct tape is coming in. Georgia put just enough stick on it and the puck goes wide. Ori's battling out in this far corner. Puck gets out and pass up to one of the Lunas trying to do a point shot, but they look more like a sauce pass. Puck is loose. The It's open. Ori's got it. Oh, the puck just went right of the open net. They're on a 6-on-5 net. No goalie on Lunas. Lunas are all the way back into our zone. Harper S put bounce. Ooh. Really hard, excellent shot by the Lunas. It ricocheted off of Olive and had enough energy to hit the far wall if there wasn't a net. Sorry, the wall outside of the rink. All right, we've got a face-off. We have Jesse on point, Sammy on the near wall, Harper O, Harper S. All right, we win that face-off. Jessie is getting across. She is just getting pounded by 98 in the back. 98 is a lot of attention. We're down to 234. Harper does that across the ice, but it didn't work out for her this time. Went about 10 feet wide of the goal. All right, we got another face-off. Josie is our other out there. Olive still in that net. Good win by Jesse. Gets over to the Lunas. Lunas take a wide shot. Olive came pretty far out. It's a good thing it actually missed her because it would have bounced back in instead of pass. Lunas are trying their best to get it in offside. Lunas, we will have a face-off. No, yeah, we're going to have a face-off on a offside on the far point. We're down to 2:14. I believe the Lady Rough Riders just did their timeout. There's the beer whistle going off. I won't say this is the roughest, worst officiating I've ever seen, but it's going to be in the top 3. Jesse has a face-off, gets right past. Harper takes a shot on. It goes 10 feet to the leftist side of the goal. Let's just keep doing it. If we keep getting shots on goal when there's no goalie, let's do it. Jesse on this face-off on this near circle this time. Rough Riders still lead by 1. Let's do it. Let's get another up there. Josie could use her hat trick for across the ice. All right, Harper does another shot, and it's way over in the corner. I'm guessing Harper S will be having some future training for the entire length of the ice rink shots on goal. Not a bad thing to practice, apparently, since she's had 3 in a row. Gets back to 98. 98 gets interrupted by Sammy. Puck goes almost to the ceiling. Lunas are looking for a centering pass. Harper O buries it into this far corner. Sammy's trying to get a puck. She's on it. Harper gets a stick on it, gets up to Josie. We are putting tons of pressure. Holy crap. Number 98, I know that's a shocker with the duct tape on the jersey, just put in a shot from the far wall. All right, we have a tied up game with 91 seconds. That was a fantastic shot by her. no doubt. Ori, Maddie Lemon, adds on the front line. Georgia and Andrea on the back. Georgia gets shoved into the wall behind the net. Gets loose. Ori's putting pressure on. They do a centering pass. Georgia gets a stick in as there is a pile up right there. Shot on goal. Thankfully, Olive was not watching the car wreck right in front of her and was watching that puck. She did amazing there. Shot on goal. She smothered it up. Not gonna lie, I was watching the pile up and not the puck. Lemon battling out and almost doing the splits out there as she tries to get a hold of the puck. Georgia wins it out. No, it gets loose. Andrea does this sweeping, spinning move. Georgia reminds one of the girls. The girl is screaming for a hand gesture of call. She's half the size of Georgia though, so we have ads deep in the zone. Gets Luna to Luna, and they're out. We've got a runner out here. Andrea's cutting across. She does awesome. Luna goes off her skate. Ori comes in. He still gets loose again. Georgia backs up. This is team effort here. 91. Lemon gets it out and across. Ori's out there in front. She's got two on her. Shot on goal. It goes wide. Down to 10 seconds. 10 seconds, and we've got a runner coming in on this inside wall. Mabe comes in, Harper comes in, no call as she gets, oh no, there's a call. That is a buzzard. There's a Luna girl down on the ice pretty hard as she got hit into the wall. Again, why you do calls before it gets to this point. Luna's coach is out here. There's some medical, I assume firemen are here, and they saw the hit. The girl was able to sit up, but she's pretty upset. Looks like they're doing a quick assessment. Yeah, we're unsure on these tournament rules right at the moment. If there's a tie, whether the game's over or if we do something else. We're not in the semifinals or anything. All right, looks like assessment passed. Well, it didn't pass. They are helping the girl off the ice. Hopefully she's okay. Puck to center ice. Girls are going back onto it, and it looks like we're doing a penalty shot. Any guesses on who is taking the first shot for the Lunas? Lines with duct tape. Come on, Olive. Let's go. Fantastic. She was a smooth shooter. The puck goes high and over. We have a shoot-off. Josie is out there. She is taking first swing. She comes across the ice. 57, let's put it in. And she, like a smooth criminal, takes that goal. We have one of the other Luna star players, number 27, extremely fast. Great danglers. We've seen her play this evening. Olive came out and is tracking. No goal. No goal. That was smooth by Olive. Fantastic job by Olive. We have our other star player, number 12, Sammy, coming out there, hat trick herself. Oh, it hit the post on the side. All right, we have number 43. She is a heavy shooter from what we saw earlier. She was the one that was causing the puck to ricochet. And Olive sticks out a stick and bumps it. That is the game. Wow, what a game for game number 4. There's some happy girls out there right now. Here's our good jobs, good game. Luna's played amazing. Wouldn't leave the best Yelp review on these refs at this point. Called it earlier saying that someone was going to get hurt and medical had to pull somebody off. Hopefully she's all right. All right, that's it. Have a wonderful evening. We have one game tomorrow. I'm not sure on the time, just as a reminder.